Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today, firstly, some news coming from the crypto world, and then some technical analysis, mostly related to the altcoin world. Okay, so first news, actually, the US government is starting to fight against Facebook and against its idea related to the creation of a stable coin named Libra. Actually, they are really worried about the idea that Facebook with its cryptocurrencies might change the world like it is right now. Okay. Second news, Cuba. Cuba is studying a cryptocurrency in order to dodge the US sanctions after a decline in aid from Venezuela due to the economic crisis which is leaving the country. And third one, quite curious but still very interesting. Okay, the CEO Augustin Carsten from BIS, so Bank of International Settlements, after defining the crypto world, Bitcoin, and all the cryptocurrencies like a Ponzi scheme, like a bubble, he had now an extravagant U-turn stating that, suggesting that the market for this could, we can see here, for this digital currency could emerge sooner than we think. Actually, he's now more in favor of the crypto world. But let's have a look. Let's have a look here via bitscreen.com. The current situation. Okay, so actually the 1-day variation is almost positive for all the first 50 cryptocurrencies. We have a great here which is continuing growing up in a crazy way. We have seen 17,660% over 6 months. Okay, so Bitcoin 1 day 2.11, Ethereum 5.8, Ripple 0.27, Litecoin 0.64. Let's say that in terms of, as I've been saying, in terms of medium and long term, now mostly the most important cryptocurrency have turned up. Okay, so have turned positive. So as I've been saying, we might see a retracement of Bitcoin in the short term, but again, based on my analysis and based on the hard bands and actually the trend plus the cycle, I really believe we are going to see Bitcoin going up over the medium and long term. But now let's be today focus more on some altcoin like Cardano and Tron. Let's have a look to the chart. Tron today is earning at 10%, a smooth 10%, which is quite relevant. So let's have a look here and let's spot the weekly chart. Okay, here we see, what do we see here? MACD is positive again. We can see here with the fast moving average now divergence widening out from the slow moving average. Interesting volumes here. So what we expect here, what we should be expecting here, I expect a movement, the first movement up to 0.10, and then we have space until 0.20 with a very small retracement and 0.30 US dollar as a final target for the medium term. This is, we're talking about Tron. Okay, let's have a look to Cardano. Just a second, in order to it's another interesting. Today I will be focused on Tron, Cardano, and Stellar. Cardano today is earning a 5%. Here let's be careful a little bit because the MACD seems to be almost it just crossed above the zero line, but it could be the fast moving average could cross below the slow moving average. Here we see in terms of volumes, we don't have such big volumes we have seen for Tron, which means actually I don't expect a same kind of strong movement like I expect for Tron. So actually, if I should choose between Tron and Cardano right now, based on these volumes, okay, based on these volumes, I would say Tron, okay, 822 for Tron. So if I would have, say, an amount of money and I should choose between Tron and Cardano, I would suggest Tron all day and night. Again, volumes are indicatives of what we might see in the next future, okay, and what I see here, actually, obviously, once we will break this area, which is passing around 0.10, we will see as a first movement, $0.40, which is going to happen, I think. And then here we have all this area, okay, but the real actually we have space till the past all-time high. So we have seen Tron first, Cardano second. Let's see what we can retrieve from the Stellar chart. Okay, so Stellar is ahead of 2 points today. Stellar is a more similar chart like Ripple rather than Tron and Cardano. So we see some similarities. Okay, so actually there are similarities between cryptocurrencies. For example, Ripple and NEM, okay, and Stellar are somehow similar in terms of chart, while Cardano and Tron are similar to each other, okay. But in terms of relative strength, as I've been saying, Tron to be preferred to Cardano, okay. So if you want to change, you might change to Cardano. What do we have here? Here we have a Stellar. Again, here we have a very similar pattern chart with Ripple, but the main difference with Ripple and with Tron and Cardano as well is given by the MACD here. We can see here the MACD is still negative, okay, which is not a positive signal. In other words, while for Ripple the MACD is positive, and we have seen a huge increase in terms of volumes, which should give a push for the next bull run, which is already happening somehow for the NEM, sorry, for the Ripple. Here we don't see the same. The MACD is still negative. It's a negative signal, this one. Okay, so if we should so far between Tron, Cardano and Stellar, Tron first, second Cardano, third Stellar, or the end life on the night. Let's now have a look to the NEM, okay, with the cryptocurrency XM, and let's have a look here. So 2.77 ahead, on now 3.24% ahead in comparison with yesterday. Okay, let's have a look here. The MACD is now actually turning positive finally. Again, as you can see, you can recognize this kind of chart is actually very similar to the Ripple one and to the Stellar one. But here what we see that the MACD is finally above the zero, or actually is zero, and we see a small trend up. Okay, so we see that the price is going up, while for Stellar the price was not going up. Okay, we didn't have that small uptrend that we can detect here. So in other words, in order to arrive to the conclusions between Tron, Cardano, NEM and Stellar, I would say my first choice Tron, second choice Cardano, third choice NEM, and fourth and last one is for Stellar. Okay, thank you guys.